Here we go. Halkidiki, 85 player free-for-all. This is a pretty big one. I've seen Halkidiki go as low as about 40, so 85 feels very full for a map of this size. Got a medium-sized map. Let's see what we can get done. Slightly concerned about how many bots I'm going to get in a lobby this big. So probably going to be a one-city start. Let's just see. See, we got a lot of players very nearby. That's absolutely fine. A boat over here. Not sure what a non-Scarlet is doing here. A lot of boats, but not a lot of expansion. Sitting high on troops already, and has already boated into a player, got pushed off, and is now pushing a bot. Yeah, I mean, it's a very new player. That's pretty obvious. Alright, let's get some boats out. Who is offering me an alliance already? Yeah, you're way too far. Okay, let's try and contest some bots here. We don't get that one. Nox high on troops, happy to ally. Do I get this one? Yes, good. At least we got one bot. Alright, let's see what else we can get done boat-wise. Need to keep one boat in reserve here. Okay, so we at least get a city. We at least get a city. Ryla, quite a lot of troops, yeah. Don't manage to steal that bot. Let's get over here. Okay, so I thought I was going to get very, very few bots. Turns out I'm doing okay on bots. Not amazing, but it's fine. We at least got a city. I have had far worse starts than this. I didn't get either of those bots. That sucks. Okay, obviously the nation wants to ally. I don't want to do that. Shashka has a better start than me. He's actually getting pushed by his neighbor. Don't want to get boated into by any of these people. Let's put a factory down. Let's say Ryla, chat, miscellaneous, build closer to get trains. Huji is pushing me. That feels accidental. Okay. Huji has not taken the alliance. He's got 500,000 gold. He's now building stuff. I'm assuming he is going to be chill. I really want to be pushing Thessaloniki right now. I am allied with most of my neighbors. Come on, Huji. Huji is actively pushing. So, oh, Ryla slams him at that exact moment. Wow. Okay. That's happening. I should be getting the city from Thessaloniki. I am going to boat down here. That's a betrayal. Too slow reaction from me, unfortunately. Guga up here. We don't have borders. Got 2 cities. I'm on 2 cities. Huji is having a pretty rough time, but now Ryla's getting counter pushed. We suddenly have this 3-city player here. Okay, you've been taken over entirely, that's fine. Huji, I need to think about whether I want to push or not. Guga has not allied with me. Stick a defense post there to discourage any shenanigans there since he's on troop max. All the Fs here is having a rough time. He's getting pushed by Leonidas. Thessaloniki could build another structure. Huji appears to be dying to a 2-city player and a 3-city player. I'm not getting this alliance with a 4-city player. Things are looking pretty tough. Well, this is to be expected in an 85-player lobby. We're going to get a bit of land here. Just going to increase my land max a little bit. Off of Huji, who has full send. Let's tap Cuddle Monster here since he is available. Let's do that. Good stuff. Okay, so we get a bit of land area. We get an extra city. Anarchy Republic is actually only on 1 city. Neither of these large players down here have allied, and they're very close to me, which is a bit nerve-wracking. I am on 4 cities. Let's try and get some love with these guys now. Dr. Lulu is obviously pirating here, so he's probably not going to be taking too many alliances. Wee Woo does take the alliance. Anarchy Republic is on 50,000 troops. That is not a lot of troops. Dr. Lulu is pushing into Shashka now. Oh god, he is getting really big. I hope that Shashka can defend well here. I'm a bit nervous that Guga here is going to push me. Let's do probably more trains, I think. Okay, Anarchy Republic is just straight up dying. Tokas are on 5 cities. We're about to get borders. Triple L also quite large. Lulu, moderately low on troops. Building a silo, he is big and quite scary. Got an alliance with Tok here, but not Triple L. Let's put a defense post there. I am similar sizes here. Gugu did finally ally. Shashka goes AFK, but I don't really want to push him. I'm not going to get that city. I'm really nervous about this guy. He's on 15,000 troops. Oh, okay, never mind. Not so nervous anymore. Pushing a ton of troops into him. Triple L, I really want this alliance. How long have we got on these guys? 90 seconds, a minute on Ryla. Yeah, we're doing okay. Leonidas on 4. Yeah. Republic of Damask comes across, gets a ton of stuff. I would love to dislodge this warship, but it's just going to take me hours to get a boat down there, unfortunately. Oh, it gets shot down. Oh, actually, it just passed away. Perfect. Okay, I mean, Republic of Damask got a hell of a lot out of that. Holy crap. Well, we're going to clean this up. Hopefully get 2 cities here. He just massively overpushed. Triple L did ally. Ryla, 5 cities, low troops. How are we feeling about that? Damask, I think we need to ally Ryla. I'm not feeling it. He does immediately ally. Good stuff. Lulu here, burned bright and fast and too much. But forget the saying. Doesn't matter. He's dead. We're getting everything from him. It's been a bit of a slow grind, but we are now starting to cook. Republic of Damask did ally. Thomas, I actually do have access to, so that would be a maybe. Damask is now shoving Leonidas. That doesn't look like a fight that's going to work. Oh, immediate renewal. Thank God. He has 10 cities. Is absolutely huge. We are sweeping Lulu here. Very good. I'm going to stick my warship here. Very nice. Okay, Lulu goes AFK. I'm on 6 cities. Let's connect this train line. That could be very good, actually. I definitely need silo quite soon. Thomas not spending his troops right now. So, I mean, this, look at the defense post. Leonidas into Republic of Damask. They're both very small. They're just completely denting each other. Total disaster situation to be in. I don't really have access to anything else. I think I might have a pixel up here. Alon Scarlet is mystifyingly still alive with a warship here. That's a bit annoying. There's a random patrolling warship there. Right, let's get up here. Let's tap that AFK. So that's Thomas on 5 cities with very little money. He is on troop max though. Kind of similar sizes. Not sure how I feel. Gugu comes across into Damask, so kind of saves Leonidas there a bit. Ryla comes across into Damask as well. Do I slam Thomas? I feel like I don't really have a lot else going on here. Yeah, I think I just slam Thomas, honestly. Let's get a silo. Should have done that sooner. Let's get a Sam down here. So we're hitting Thomas pretty hard. He has not counter push. He's sitting on troop max. Thankfully, no defense posts in the way. He betrays and just about full sends. Luckily, I still have enough troops to get in on top of all of this. I get every single structure. Leonidas goes AFK. Okay, let's recall our troops on Thomas and get in on Leonidas. And let's get the majority of that. Very, very good for me. Wow, amazing. Damask is down to a very small number of troops. Let's feed that attack. Yeah, Leonidas going AFK is absolutely huge for me. Oh, there's more structures at the top here. He actually spammed those structures to give them to Gugu. That sucks a bit, but never mind. Ryla got huge out of this. Oh, can I cut across? Cut across, cut across, cut across. Too slow. No, the guy's still got a ton of troops, unfortunately, so this attack is moving very slowly. I'm not going to get that city. Well, I did get a decent amount out of Leonidas. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. 12 cities and a hydrogen bomb. Yeah, we need to be chill. I am on a hydro. Damask also goes AFK. There's just 1 city in the corner there. I might as well grab it. What a shame that I missed out on those 3 cities there. Kind of got distracted by the Leonidas AFK. I only ended up getting 2 or 3 structures off of him. Wee Woo has not renewed, which seems strange. Considering I can hydro him, that seems strange. Gugu, I would probably like to hydro him more than Wee Woo. Tok, no way. Okay. Ryla, still have a minute and a half. Wee Woo, come on, man. We both have a hydrogen bomb. Let's be sensible about this. He does ally. Okay, Tok looks like he might be letting it go. He's on 10 million gold. Guga, I would like to hydro like right this second. Tok. He's on 10 million gold. I'm not entirely sure what he's thinking. Probably just distracted. There is a crown of 40 cities in the east. Wow. Come on, Toke. Wake up. Oh, Toke, buddy. Oh, come on, man. Triple L, 30 cities. Okay. Toke finally takes the alliance. Gugu does not even have a silo, so let's just do that. And off we go. We get everything from him. Nice and easy. 1 minute on O here. He's going to be very hard to hydro and also very difficult to deny a bomb from. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Got Q there. Damask, don't need to worry about. Ryla, 20 cities on a hydro. Just be chill with him. I still have a hydro in reserve, so feeling absolutely fine. Let's stick a Sam up there since there's a lot of structures to protect. Ryla, come on, like, are we really hydroing each other? Obviously my silo there is useless. He has 10 million gold, like, buddy, we will end each other's games if we do this. He does hydro me, that feels insane. So he just kind of loses everything. Yeah, that doesn't feel like a smart way to play the game. We're now on equal troops. Obviously he has more cities right now, but yeah, that didn't feel like a very good attack to me. And now he's dying to Weewoo, so let's give that a question mark. That was terrible from Ryla. Luckily I got the renewal with O there. That would have been an absolute disaster. I'm hoping this guy doesn't throw like a spite hydro at the end here to just completely ruin my game. I don't quite have enough troops to push in here. Look, unfortunately there's a lot of cities here that I'm just not picking up. Weewoo, the main benefactor here. Ryla, just a potato. Absolutely insane way to play the game. He goes AFK out of pure embarrassment, I suspect. Crazy. He double hydroed me and just completely threw his own game. Very, very, very strange thing to do. So I'm in a terrible spot. 16 cities. There are players with a great deal more than that. Triple L has very few troops, but he has a Merv. At this point, I now need to just save for a Merv. There's really not a stunning amount else that I can do. Need to reconnect some train lines. I don't think that's connecting over there, is it? No. Okay. This is connected. Okay, so income-wise, it's okay. Obviously, I'm on the edge of the board, so it's not amazing. There is the first Merv of the game. So I think Lemuria wanted to push Triple L because he was really low on troops, but that is not working out for him. Lemuria is now just getting piranha'd with this betrayal debuff and the fact that he now has no money. I don't have borders. There's not a lot I can get done there. I'm not getting over there anytime soon. He's on 25 million gold. He could be throwing a ton of hydros, which he isn't doing. We've got to start thinking about the next phase here. So Weewoo in 1 minute, 30 million gold. He's probably looking at me thinking, you look delicious. We shall see. I need to hold on to my troops now, and let's see. Okay. In terms of landing bombs on him, yeah, this silo under that Sam is really irritating. A good self-hydro here, that would actually be disgusting damage. Wow, Weewoo has been a massive benefactor from a betrayal in the east there. That was the purple guy with the crown. Wow, Weewoo is just absolutely huge. Wow, Weewoo. Does he want to kill me? I do have 25 million gold, so I could do pretty disgusting damage to him. He does renew with me. Yeah, I mean, I understand, like, I would have understood it if he had attacked me there, but it really wouldn't have made a great deal of sense. Like, I would have just ruined his game. Why didn't those boats launch? So that boat launched and then immediately got shot down. That's a random warship somewhere. Maybe not. Lemuria has gone AFK, hasn't he? Yeah, it was that purple guy. Toke, how you doing, Toke? 70 million gold. That's the power of that central position. Doesn't have good access to me. Obviously, he could just let the Alliance go and Merv me. Triple L, not loving that attack. Lemuria I can ignore. Toke does renew. Yeah, so we're going to go into a bit of a stalemated game here. Unfortunately, I got a bit locked out early on. And then, yeah, getting double hydroed obviously completely screwed up my mid-game. So here we are, we're into a bit of a stalemate. A lot of money on the board. Toke here just spent 30 million gold on Sams. Yeah, so he is making himself pretty much unbombable. Weewoo also has a ton of Sams that he's kind of inherited over time. I get some external positions here and there. Be good to plug into train trade down here, definitely. Keep an eye on these pixels as they arrive. I am very far behind on population. My neighbors have like double my troops. The advantage is I am sitting on a Merv though, so I should be pretty chill. Where did my pixel land? That's Lemuria. It's there. Go. So we'll plug in some factories there. Won't be able to plug in here, I don't think. I'm too close to this city. I'll try though. Oh, just nice. Okay, so these factories will generate a ton of income, so that's really good. Who is in there? Wotan with his 6 factories. At a better position than he is. So we are in effectively, well, it's like a 6-player endgame. 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 with a very small player in the southeast. 20 million gold though, so I guess that's why Weewoo hasn't felt like harvesting him. Both silos on top of each other. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we're on for 40 million gold. These factories are going to start generating a ton of income for me. There's actually Triple Dots here who is alive with 1 factory. Muffin Smuggler is there. Let's see if I can get an alliance with him before my boat gets shot down. Wotan was this tiny guy here. All good. Muffin Smuggler does ally, but I think my... Oh, it was just as my transport got shot down. That's a shame. Okay, well, we're just waiting for people to freak out. I'm on a Merv. I need to be on a counter Merv, and then I can start actually building stuff. Right now, not a lot happening. Who do I favour for this game? I think Triple L is in a really strong spot, the northern position, and he has the most cities. Weewoo is close to it. Weewoo is richer, more Sams. Actually, Weewoo is in a strong position as well. Yeah, at this point though, with Mervs, with multiple Mervs on the board, really anybody who's in this endgame could potentially win it. Muffin Smuggler even. And the longer it goes, obviously, the more people catch up. Ugh, this game stalemated incredibly quickly. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes when nobody is clearly ahead. So there's that Hydro trying to chip the silos. Muffin Smuggler should be spaffing out like multiple Hydros here. I don't know, like multiple Atom Bombs here is not the play. Yeah, you'll land a couple of Hydros, but really, like, he should be just... It should be non-stop Hydros here. He should be getting insane value. Like, my god, as we were messed up this attack. He still eats 3 Hydros. He should have eaten, like, 6. Yeah, I mean, he still does a lot of damage, and to be honest, well, Toke throwing a bomb. Toke throws that bomb to actually deny Weewoo the structures. That's actually quite clever. But, yeah, that was sloppy, very sloppy from Muffin Smuggler, who should have gotten way more value from his bombs there. Alright, I have passed 55 million. Weewoo's on 95 million. He'll definitely renew with me. He does not want to eat a Merv. He can double Merv right now. It's 95 million to throw 2. Which would escalate the Merv to 70 million. Which actually only I have. But there's too many troops on the board. So even if he Merved 2 people, there would still be 3 others with troops. So realistically, there's not a lot he can do. Can't get out here because of Cheesy Punk. Verdich is letting the alliance with me go, even though we don't have borders. Technically we do. Actually, I've got a border on him, but I don't feel like eating 4 hydrogen bombs from him. Toke being a bit strange with the alliance here. He's done this before. He could Merv me. I would Merv him. Like, nobody wins, man. Obviously, I can Merv Verdich right here and eat 5 hydrogen bombs. The problem is 5 hydros pretty much eliminates me, so I don't really want to do that. If I saw him like suddenly spend all of his money, then I would probably just Merv him. Okay, this is a nice train line. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Get all this juiced up a bit. Finally, building some structures, get my population up, and I will start adding some SAMs. I need to stay above a counter Merv, which is at the moment 55 million, although Wee Woo is now at a point where he can double Merv, so really we need to be hovering 70 million. Here could also double Merv. I mean, it's very unlikely that I would be the recipient of one of those Mervs, being one of the smallest players on the board. But I do need to be conscious that, you know, there's a chance. There's always a chance somebody just randomly freaks out and ruins your game, right? Look at Ryla. Was it Ryla, the whitish player? I think it was Ryla. This is a little transport who could. Look at him go. Wow, what a distance he has traveled. All the dots here has a handful of structures. This guy still hasn't been dislodged because nobody can be bothered destroying those warships. He can't pirate anyway because he doesn't have a port, so it's kind of irrelevant. Obviously just means no transports can get across this side of the map. There are still some pixels here. Lemuria has 27 million gold in that pixel. Wow. Okay, does that boat get out? Where's that boat even going to come from? It's only a 40-second transport. Where the hell is that boat coming from? Oh, I have... What? No. Okay, no. Fine. What I need to do is wait for this boat to arrive. And then I can put into this pixel just around from here. That'd be good. I mean, if I get 27 million, I would be 14, 15 million gold for me. That would be amazing. All right, I need more structures. I also need some SAM coverage. Since I have effectively 0 SAM coverage. Just want to make it... Yo, Verdict gets deleted. Yeah, I mean, that was always going to happen. He doesn't have 30 million gold, like, again. He doesn't land a single hydrogen bomb. Oh my god, the sloppiness. The sloppiness. 30 million. He had like 40 million gold, and Triple L just cleans him up without eating a single bomb. Yikes. Okay, so that boat is going from there. Good. That takes 2.5 minutes to get around there. Ridiculous. Okay, let's stick a port down here so this pixel cannot be bombed. Mervs are still 40 million. Triple L just got a ton of infrastructure. He is now very big. Both these guys are north of 100 million, as is OO. Toke quite low on gold. Kind of risking being priced out of a Merv here, sitting on that little money. I need to sit north of 70 million, and then I need to gradually add more cities. That's very sloppy of me adding a second rail there. Just silliness. Okay. Well, we're in for the long haul here, I'm afraid. Can't believe nobody's tapping these pixels. That's ridiculous. So much money in those pixels. Lemuria, 27 million gold. Instant renewal from Wee Woo. Q is in there. Let's see who else we've got. And on Slate 9. Try and go into that. And on Scarlet, you're still alive? Still alive with no warships. Well, that's weird. Okay. A bunch of pixels all over here. Why is this guy like never boated out? That's crazy. Is that boat landing? It's a minute away. I know Scarlet 5 is still alive. I think he is sending boats out. That's funny. Toke wants to renew. Good. That is him now dead. Okay. Poor non-Scarlet was he was the guy who was like a pixel at the start of the game and then like very haphazardly expanded. Oh, Lemuria was finally tapped. No, Lemuria is still there. But he was almost, his gold has been taken, so Wee Woo did realize. So I think Wee Woo just got a massive paid out. He is now on 170 million gold. Well, we are in kind of triple Merv territory, aren't we? If the Merv is 40 million, then triple Merv is 165, which Wee Woo can now afford. But that escalates us to 85 million, which most people on the board can afford. Toke taking a big chance, spending down to 25 million gold. That is quite reckless. Okay, I can stick a port there, why not? What are we doing? What are we doing? So everyone's just stacking cities. I am not really big enough. What is happening? All the dots decides to micro triple L. Oh, he's going for the mitochondria. Oh my god, that is so many factories that could be lost there. Can I boat into this? I mean, theoretically, yeah. It's 2.5 minute boat. Gets there eventually. Let's add a bit more SAM coverage. I don't want to be hydroed. All the dots is rejecting all the alliances, and he is just microing on behalf of his host, which is a bit gross, but there's not a lot you can do about it if you're in Triple L's position. There's really nothing you can do. You can launch a Merv at the tiny guy, but you won't eliminate him. Yeah, a lot of the time in these situations you just have to take the L, unfortunately, when people are mitoed like that. We are just waiting for people to freak out. This is the downside of... Oh, my transport gets atom bombed. This is the downside of Open Front. This is the one great weakness of the game, is these stalemated endgames, where the person who goes first will always lose. So you're incentivized to do nothing. It's a horrible position. It's very, very frustrating. And there's really not a great deal you can do about it as a player. You just have to kind of accept, like, if you go first here, you're just going to lose. So if you're playing to win, you have to be very, very patient. It doesn't suit everybody. I can't stand it, but I mean, I do play these situations out because I just hate losing, right? Obviously, there is skill within it. You know, when eventually somebody will get bored, betrayals will happen, Mervs will happen, and then the agility of thought and the decision making really comes to the fore. You can make good or game losing decisions in those key moments, and you really only have moments to make the decisions, like if somebody's betrayed or if there's a Merv in the air or whatever. So there is some scope for skill expression, I guess, but it's only when the actual shit hits the fan, right? Economy maxing in this position is like very, very easy to do. It requires essentially zero brain power. It is really just about staying above a counter Merv and waiting and being very patient and gradually adding economy infrastructure, not falling too far behind on population. Obviously, I am falling well behind here. My economy is garbage because these guys are so heavily embedded with train trade in the center of the map here, whereas I'm like slightly off to the center. Which really sucks, but there's really not a lot I can do about it. Obviously, I'm adding a bunch of factories. The problem is factories have a massive diminishing return. So with everybody having as many factories as they have, you know, 20, everyone's around kind of 20 to 30 factories. I do have the most factories, but factories suffer just unbelievable diminishing returns literally after single digits. Anything more than about 7 or 8 factories is already, like, you're suffering significant diminishing returns. So really, at this point, it is just about adding water trade, which, to be honest, nobody's really done. Triple L has 80 ports. Everyone else is on very few ports. That's probably my way to try and catch up a bit on economy here. So this is the only real kind of skill that you can show, is understanding, like, how to maximize your economy in these sorts of situations. So you saw I put these little factory injectors into these little pixels that I picked up. So there's one here, and I'm sure there's another one somewhere. In here somewhere, isn't it? I don't actually know. Or maybe there's only 2, doesn't matter. Yeah, so these are obviously generating me phenomenal money because obviously factories, trains going through your own structures generate almost no income. Trains going through other players, allied players' structures makes a great deal of income. So it is absolutely worth getting these little factory injectors, and you notice nobody else has done it. This is why mitochondriae like this make so much money. It's because all their trains are going through other people. But yeah, obviously just having these embedded borders that all these guys have very central, like all their trains are just passing through each other all the time. It is what it is. I start sticking a SAM stack in the corner here, or do I just go for like embedded cities like this? I guess like this. All right. Well, it ain't pretty, but we'll get there. 77 cities. Obviously, everyone else is way ahead of me on troops. There's always a risk here if you fall very far behind on troops that people think they can troop rush you, and they just don't respect the Merv. Toke is probably the only person who would take minimal damage from a Merv in this situation because he's really quite small. He's got 13% of the map, but he's got 32 SAMs covering that. Weewu has a crown. He's almost 3 times the size of Toke, but he only has 50% more SAMs, so a Merv on Weewu would actually do tons of damage. Triple L has a lot of SAMs, 90 SAMs. He is in a pretty good spot. He would actually take very little damage from a Merv. So we're now entering this really like strange phase of the game where it's really hard to tell like how much damage any Mervs would do. Obviously double Mervs change the whole equation. Like if Triple L were to be a double Merv, he would lose everything. If they were landing back to back, so the SAMs get overwhelmed. But you know, the longer it goes, the more protection everybody gets. Toke starts bombing Triple L, so Toke has no money. Merv in the air, Weewu betrays, so that's a Merv in the air. Next Merv's 85 million. That's a lot of Mervs. That's everyone except O getting Merved. So Weewu is Merved. He's got 75 million gold. I think I'm just going to start pushing Weewu then. Yeah. Unfortunately not getting across here. So Toke, despite being the one who went first here, ended up kind of best overall. OO never had to throw any bombs and does phenomenally. So out of this, he's on 180 million gold. 300 cities. Toke is on 200. Triple L has no money in 50 cities. A minute left on this alliance. Desperately need to get borders with him. This just gets absolutely deleted. So now the dots, I guess I can just kill him. Yeah, because he's refused all my alliances. Well, I might as well just get rid of him then. Down he goes. Okay, so Toke has no money. OO has a lot of money. I have a lot of money. If we just Merv each other, he comes out ahead because he has more cities and more SAMs. Toke is huge though. Toke does have 200 cities but no money. Kind of crazy that Toke just kind of pulling the trigger ends up... he ended up ahead there. That was funny. He just let his alliance end with Triple L. He must have just seen that he had no money. Does Toke let the alliance go with me? I mean, that would be insane. He does have a lot more troops, but like, the thing is, like, Toke eating a Merv, like, I don't know how much damage he would really take. I'm letting the alliance go with Triple L, so it looks like I'm getting access to him. I'm not going to be able to eliminate him, which is kind of nerve-wracking, but he doesn't have that much money. Oh no, don't cut me off. How long have I got? 2 seconds, he goes AFK. Yeah, I mean, he knows the writing's on the wall. OO hasn't realized. So we come sweeping in here. Need to get in there and there. Need to get here. There. Go. I can't believe OO has not realized that this guy's AFK. That's just crazy. Million troops coming through here very gradually. Well, we've got a lot out of this. Still no reaction from OO. That's insane. Finally he realizes, wow, that was slow. Okay, I mean, the guy's only worth 15 million gold. Don't really care about the kill, to be perfectly honest. So Toke is bombing. Oh, Weewu is still alive. That's a lot of warships. They're not going to do anything though. Took risking a betrayal debuff, obviously doing that. He's now on 90 million gold, so he can afford a Merv. Obviously, O is 250 million gold. I got a decent amount out of this. Decent, like nothing spectacular. Let's connect all these trains up again. We'll get the kill on Triple L, maybe. Yes, we got 8 million gold for that. Wotan, I'm guessing, is dead. He's gone AFK. Okay, we'll get rid of you then. So now what? We're just waiting again. So we're into a 3-player endgame, but there is a player with 9 million troops, then with 6, and then 3.5. Weiwu is stealing a trade. Okay, let's just tap you. He's not fully eliminated, but he is more or less eliminated. Yeah. Just do this. Where is Weiwu's final holding? Maybe here. So eliminated him. Yes, so no more warships for you. Right then, the fear here is that OO does some sort of instant Merv on me, and the thing is, Toke would take no damage from a Merv. Like, he's got so many troops though. Like, if he Mervs me, I lose most of my troops, and although I would, the key is he Mervs enough that he can't be double Merved, right? Although Toke is now very rich, so maybe that's just not going to happen. Complications. We have to say to Toke, chat, warning, the #1 player will win. Just make sure we're in a 2v1 here. The Toke isn't going to like randomly freak out on me. That would be insane. Obviously, Toke gives me a handshake, so hopefully that is genuine. To reconnect all this stuff, obviously all the bombs have disconnected the train lines. 54 ports, Toke 68. Is this game at this point going to be decided by money? Probably. Yeah, I mean, yes. Every game's decided by money. We'll see. I'm sitting on 200 million gold, right? A double Merv at this point is 185. Obviously, I'm just nervous that OO does something like double Merv on Toke, single Merv on me, and like, if he were to do that, so if he were to triple at 85, that is 300 million gold, which he can afford, my god. Which would push the Merv price to 130. Which we can both afford, so I mean, he would eat 2 Mervs in return. Would he come out on top? I don't think so. If Toke lets this go, stop trading. If I see your borders go red, I will also stop trading with him. He embargoes. Okay, so let's stop trading as well then. This might incur the freak out. If you're OO in this position, you've been embargoed by the whole lobby. He is now in his strongest position. He is only going to be weaker from here. So now the question becomes when, not if, but when is he going to freak out and go for a win here? Because the longer this goes now, Toke and I are just getting stronger and stronger, and he's remaining completely stagnant in power. Like, obviously all my factories are doing absolutely nothing now, but it is what it is. Still got decent water trade, 66 cities trading with 68, and we do have factories down here, obviously. But yeah, obviously all this kind of embedded city stuff here is generating no income. So OO is just stinking rich. I mean, if I were him, I would probably go for like some triple Merv play right now, especially because Toke has just spent quite a lot. Obviously, I can double Merv. I mean, if he triple Mervs, I can only single Merv him back. I would almost have to wait for Toke to fire his Merv, because I think it's 115 it would be. No, it would be 130, so Toke's nowhere near being able to afford that. So OO could triple Merv right now and only eat 1 Merv in return. He can actually win this game like quite easily, I think. The issue is he would have a betrayal debuff into Toke's 7 million troops. Maybe not. It might be too close. Might be too close. I'm a very similar land area to O as well, so that is good, because it means you wouldn't like sweep through me in half a heartbeat, right? Okay. Barney is not impressed with the stalemate. Sorry, Barney. Not impressed. I'm a bit surprised that OO hasn't freaked here, considering he's just fully embargoed. He also hasn't like reacted in any way, like no emojis, no messages, nothing. He's building structures. Maybe he doesn't even realize. Who knows? Toke sitting now on that counter Merv, where 4 Mervs deep, right? The 130 million is the counter Merv if OO triples. So ideally I want to be on 245. My god. Yep, those are the calculations we're making. OO is so big, almost 3 times the size of me in population. That is truly ridiculous. Can I do this? Oh, I can. Amazing. Okay, so I can get a little bunker going. I could spend down to like 130. And put down like 70 cities. I think I might need to do that, honestly, because I'm very far behind on population. 16 silos, 9 silos, so I don't need a huge bunker to stack some cities on this island. Good. Oh, is spending now. He's spent under the triple, I think. 85, triple is 300. Okay, no, he's hovering on the triple. Toke's just getting bigger and bigger. You see how Toke is just growing and growing. So, yeah, I mean, OO has kind of lost his advantage. Eventually, Toke's just going to overtake him. Alright, we stick 20 SAMs on here. That's pretty safe for now. And then I will just stack like 100 cities on that little island. Need to protect our trade here. Putting some warships here, since I see there's warships here and there's a lot of water trade coming through this area. So, yeah, all the instant renewals are happening. Just put down a bajillion warships, up to 42 warships. Oh, actually spends under the triple Merv. Okay. Toke is well under a counter Merv, but he is now catching up on cities, so his population's getting pretty gargantuan. Honestly, if I was OO, I would consider letting the alliance go and just face tanking a Merv. I mean, it's too close now. He was like 3 million troops ahead of Toke. He's now only 1 million ahead, and that gap is closing. At this point, it's in OO's best interest to just allow us all to achieve parity and then start trading again. That's pretty much what we've got to do. Silo count 9, 16, so nobody's added any silos. I am going to stay above 150 million. Just get some cities, finally get my population up a bit. Okay. It's me up to 5 million troops now. Just half the size of the crown. That's fine. So obviously at this point, these guys, with single Mervs, they're going to take very little damage from Mervs. I mean, O would still take a lot of damage. I mean, I know this is like a surprise face, but whatever. I'm calling him O. O_0, that's what we're calling him. Right. Toke wouldn't take that much damage from a Merv. I mean, there are gaps. There are gaps. It's not great SAM coverage. He would definitely lose a couple of million. Surprised Pikachu over here would lose more because he hasn't been adding SAMs and he's much bigger. So, yeah. They would both still lose troops to Mervs, but it wouldn't be like down to 1 million troops. They would still be on like well over half. And unfortunately, half of OO's troops is still the same as me, so... What Mervs are going to do in this kind of endgame makes things just a bit complicated. Alright, so I have 100 cities on that little island down there. Very happy that I got that. Wouldn't it be funny if somebody had a pixel on it? I didn't realise. I didn't even check. That was silly of me. Tok is nearly caught up on troops. The city count's now pretty even. Tok's added more ports. Still behind on SAMs, but ahead on most other things and almost parity on cities. Obviously, I'm still way behind. Oh, I do have 90 SAMs. I actually have the most SAMs, but bear in mind 28 of them are there. Obviously, the damage I would take from Merv is massive. I just haven't done anything to improve my SAM coverage at all. We'll get there. Yeah, my SAM coverage is just not that good. I am a very large player. I'm 50% bigger than Tok. I do have 50% more SAMs, but that's just not enough to get decent Merv protection. OO spent down to 250 million gold. Aye. Somebody's going to get bored. Somebody will get bored. The trigger will be pulled. Tok pulled it last time on Triple L, but he did it in quite a balanced, like measured way. He did it when he couldn't take any counter damage because Triple L had spent all of his money. So obviously Triple L just showing his inexperience. Has matched me on warships in this central lake. And over here, actually has matched me in most areas, including down here. So actually fair play to him. He's got that map awareness to realise I was trying to get warship dominance in these kind of key areas. And he has matched me. So that is something. Tok. 2 warships. Yeah, he's not responding at all to any of the warship situation. I'm watching out for Tok's border turning green with O here, because if it does, it means they're trading again. Yeah, Tok has now caught up on cities. They're both over 400 cities. So that's 10.7 and 10.7. They have equal troop maxes now. Tok doing that thing that he likes to do, where he lets the alliance dip. He does this every time. He sort of has a good think for 10 seconds, as if you don't have the other 4 minutes to have a good think about it. But here we are. Yeah, I'm on 6 million troops. So obviously, in these kinds of endgames, when it's a 3-player endgame, or a 4, or a 5, any kind of ultra giga endgame, the best place to be, if you're not way out in front where you can multi-merv people and price everyone out of a merv, if you're not that big to be able to like land rush to get a win, the best place to be is in this place, last. Because you're the least threatening, so people generally bomb you last, if at all. So it can actually be beneficial to not even build too many cities and actually just stay unthreatening, so that the 2 or 3 or 4 biggest players all just bomb each other, and then you can sweep in and third party the situation. It's definitely a strategy. Personally, I like to achieve economic superiority and then get strong SAM coverage and kind of build cities as my 3rd priority, so that it appears that I'm the weakest player, since so many people do just look at population. I probably should have added like 100 ports 20 minutes ago, to be honest, but never mind. Yeah, I should have done that a long time ago, to be honest. So, 430 cities. I mean, obviously O isn't earning nothing, but yeah, you notice he was on 350 million gold. He has spent a ton of that money. His gold is going up, but very, very slowly. Tok says handshake. I will give him a thumbs up. Does that mean he's freaking? I don't know. He's just maintaining the relationship. We don't know. We don't know. Very important to do in these games. It can often decide a game when it's close. You know, if somebody's trying to choose, like, I'm going to freak out, I'm going to like throw this game in one way or another. If you've been the happy camper, the friendly neighbor, the guy who's been active with emojis and chat and thumbs up and love and so on, That can make the difference. It can absolutely make the difference. You can psychologically manipulate people in this game. It's definitely possible, especially considering how limited the communication is. A few messages can go a long way. Obviously, in this game, it's pretty obvious Toke and I need to gang up against the big guy, but we're now reaching a point where Toke is kind of starting to overtake him. It's certainly very close. 70 Sams against 80 Sams. Every other metric is in Toke's favor, so it is now, we're getting close to the point where I may consider starting to trade again with this guy. Obviously, remember, like, this is really hurting my income. I'm losing out on a ton of trading. So is he. Like, his factory income is garbonzo right now, but his water trade with me is exceptional, right? We're both north of 100 ports. Okay. Oh my god, Toke has spent very low. 85 million gold. Oh, is down to 165 million. If I triple merved. At 300 million. That would drive the merv price to 130. Which, you know, OO is not a million miles away from spending under that. He was like 340, 350. He is down to 165. If I get up to 300 and they're both sub 130, I still don't think I would pull the trigger. Because even if I double merved Toke, single merved OO, I still think their combined troops, even before they even counterbomb me at all, I still think their combined troops would be greater than mine, and I would have a betrayal debuff. So I don't think that is a play that is on the cards. Well, 52 minutes. We're approaching the 1 hour mark. This is usually the time where people start thinking, like, I can't believe I've been sitting here for an hour, let's just end this. This is very commonly where people freak out. But, you know, everything depends on how try-hard the lobby is, including yours truly. I do sometimes freak out in these situations, especially if I've got, like, food on the way or whatever, but I've got time right now, so I'm just kind of chilling. Both sitting on 50 million, so I'm now the richest player on the board. But I am behind by 200 cities. I have the most Sams, but yeah, I'm behind, but I think I'm catching up. I think I have a slightly superior income than Toke. I don't know, hard to tell. We're trading with each other, so really our incomes should be more or less identical. Obviously, if my trains are injecting into his, I see he's got a 26 stack there, but it's not. There's no rail pointing out the way, so that's massively careless. He needs to put a city like here to try and force a rail connection out this way. Is it worth me doing that? Do I want to feed him that much money? Obviously, it's you know, obviously it's completely reciprocal, so I think it is worth me doing this. I will fix this for you, Toke. I will fix it. Not like that, not like that, not like this. There we go. It's like no space on this rail. So that 26 stack should start pumping out some cities now. Some trains, I should say. That is almost half of his factories in that one stack there. Ooh, random extra rail. Whoopsie. Good. So that's done. Hopefully there'll be some trains coming out there. Right then. Well, sitting on about 160 million gold. I am gradually adding more Sams. I'm keeping my population relatively low. Quite nervous about getting double merved. Obviously, all these Sams are for nothing if you get double merved, right? A double merv is such an order of magnitude more powerful than a single merv. I mean, obviously, you might say it's twice as powerful. It's actually a lot more than twice. Because single merv, a lot of the projectiles will get absorbed by your SAMs. Double Merv completely overwhelms the SAMs, so even though a lot of the projectiles from the first Merv will get absorbed, everything from the second Merv will land. So yeah, the escalation of damage from between 1 and 2 Mervs is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, this is all for nothing. I get double Merv. But right now, nobody can afford to double Merv. It's 185 million. Okay, saying that Toke can. You're never going to just randomly double Merv. I have been in games where that has happened. I've been in an exact situation like this. Three-way endgame, everyone on multiple hundreds of millions, and one of the guys just betrayed and triple Merved me. Just deleted my entire empire. It was just evaporated, turned into irradiated nuke land, and the other guy just was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I kill the guy with a betrayal debuff and no gold, and ignore the guy who has absolutely no structures left. Yeah, I mean, sometimes people just get bored and do that, just press their 0 key and go tap, tap, tap on anybody. When do we start trading with OO again? Not yet. He's still got 5 million more troops than me. 4 million. Good math, Larry. Good math. I'm way ahead on SAMs. I mean, that's a deliberate choice on my part. To prioritize SAM coverage over cities. Took with a much faster renewal that time. Toke saving his money. 513 cities. Poor here has been embargoed by both of us for a good 20 minutes at this point. Oh, this is, I was going to say, it's the first time he hasn't instant renewed, but he does renew. Filling in all the gaps in the SAM coverage. Oh, let me put a SAM here. Yes. So I have the most SAMs by a distance. Will it matter? Yeah, it will, unless I get double Merved. Yeah, I've said this already. I ran out of things to talk about, guys. I'm sorry. You know, I've been sitting here yapping for a while now with nothing happening. There's only so much I can say before it's all been said. Sorry you guys can't hear my bangers. I've got great music on. I can't play it when I'm making YouTube videos. It's very sad. So you guys just get my generic background music. Got some Grum on. Anyone who knows Grum will understand. My fellow Scot. Great DJ. So, who will pull the trigger? Who will pull the trigger? Garmin has started updating maps. Okay, good stuff. Anybody else got a Garmin that just does that and it starts like vibrating every 5 seconds, like updating, updating, updating? It's like, just vibrate once, man. It's fine, I know. Sounds like a bit of a first world problem, doesn't it? My watch vibrates too often. I'm so angry. Yeah. Trying to explain that to some like medieval peasant. This is so fun. Why don't the open front devs do something about stalemates? Incentivize me to actually play the game. That would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? Oh, you know it's bad when I start making up silly songs. Life is not great. My Garmin's going insane. Obviously a big map update. See this skin? You see what it says? This is what we all need to do when we've been sitting in a lobby for 60 minutes. As if I'm not equally to blame. No, one rule for me, one rule for everybody else. That's how it works. All these Sams are down here covering absolutely nothing. So ridiculous. Let's do a quick silo check. Tok has 9, O has 19, so there's still no chance of this ever being broken, so that's good. Still no trade here between Tok and the big man. Tok is up to 15 million troops. He's more than double my size. I think the concern is if Tok just gets too big, O has no counterplay. O is just gradually spending all of his gold. He's down to 117 million. Tok's on 250 million. If Tok were to triple Merv, it would have to be 2 on O and 1 on me. The thing is, I have the best Sam coverage. I have more than double O's Sams. Tok has added 120 Sams, so his Sam coverage is now getting pretty good. It is pretty good. It's not as good as mine, but it's pretty good. And remember, he is quite a bit smaller than me, so his Sam coverage is good. No doubt about it. Yeah, he would take very little damage from a Merv. Very little damage. Probably only lose like 3 or 4 million troops. I'll give Tok a cry. Yeah, this isn't fun, guys. So O is down to 100 million gold. Tok says go northeast. Yes. I'm just kind of fat fingering everywhere here. I'll give you a thumbs up again. I would love to do that. Let's spend down to 150 million gold. Add a ton more cities. Tok and I have equal numbers of ports. How do I feel about that? I think it's reciprocal, so me adding more ports makes absolutely no difference. Until we start trading with the pink man again. Okay, so I'm up to 400 cities. I'm only 200 behind Tok at this point. Catching up with Mr. O here. My troop max is now a little over 10 million. Tok has a huge advantage. I mean, O here is very close to being priced out of even firing a Merv, which is pretty gross. You gotta feel for the guy. But he was over 300 million gold and he decided to just like gradually spend it over time. What would happen if he just went AFK? Tok would double Merv me. I would single Merv him back and I would lose the game. Simple as that. Pretty crazy that I have to consider. Oh, there's a betrayal. What is this? Yes. Yes. I think he's just pirating trade. I think he's just, yeah. So he betrays both of us just to start pirating. Destroys all the warships. Does that trigger? Yeah, so he gives a fat trade emoji like, trade with me, bitches, or I'm gonna freak out. How much trade is he going to pirate? Quite a lot, honestly. I mean, Tok's looking at me being like, you attack him. And I'm looking at Tok being like, you attack him. I don't want to attack him. You attack him. Should I? Should I? My God, all these warships are stealing so much trade as well. It's like they're getting veterancy really quickly. Oh, this is funny. Tok hasn't. So the borders are still red, so he's not allied. He's not allied, and he's not trading. What do we do here? What do we do? Because obviously this is hamstringing our income. What a risk he's taken there, but I mean, I say fair play to him. It's a fun, fun decision to make. Yeah, losing a lot from piracy here, but obviously all of these ports are completely fine. He really should have put more warships down here. Yeah, he's making some gold from piracy, but not that much. Tok and I bang even on gold, but he does have a massive troop lead on me. I am not inclined to pull the trigger here. And the thing is, if I commit like any troops to Pinkman, Toke just deletes me because of his insane troop lead. Toke has added 48 silos, so my bunker is now at risk, which is really bad. Where are those silos? There's a 40 stack there, and he's putting them under a ton of SAMs. I think he is prepping for the end of the world. I think he is. What I'm going to do is put a stack over here, show you what it doesn't realize. Or, I think he's prepping for the end of the world. Unfortunately, he has to escalate this arms race with a 1 million gold silo, while I have to respond with a 3 million gold SAM. Toke up to 7. Oh my god. So Toke has spent all of his money. Toke's down to 60 million gold. He's on 800 cities. Alright, I am going to start trading. Obviously, if we ally, it stops him pirating with Toke. I'm very nervous that Toke has 0 gold. Toke has 0 gold. 800 cities. He's gearing up for something. That 40 silo stack and the fact that he's covering it with 10 SAMs, he's definitely considering like trying to break out here, because right now he has almost as many troops as the two of us combined. What he doesn't have is gold. He does have 154 SAMs, so he's probably thinking he can just eat 2 Mervs. God, I almost want to stop trading with Toke at this point. Yeah. So their borders are still red. Oh, did put a bunch of... Hello? That is a thing that's happening. Oh, no response, no reaction. I need him to lose troops. There's a Merv. That's not going to do anything. Watch Toke lose nothing. He's got 13 million outbound troops. I need to be so careful here because, okay, so now he's finally commits his troops. Okay, so I just win the game. Insane. Completely insane. So Toke just got bored and loses the game. He counter pushes. He's got 150,000 troops. Off we go. Yeah, has 1 million troops and I just win the game. I mean, what the hell are you people thinking? Weird. So Toke just decided to freak out there. I don't know what he thought was going to happen there. Whatever it was, that isn't what happened. Neither of these guys can afford to Merv. I can just chill, just let my troops regenerate, and win the game. So yeah, I don't know what that was. Toke, I don't know what that was. I have 750 cities. I can double Merv if I want to. Look at my troops per second. 80,000 troops per second. Well, I don't know. Toke decided he was gonna try something there. It didn't work. Let's just double Merv. I'm actually 78%, so this should give me the win anyway. And there we go. Weird. What a strange game. Well, fair enough. Patience paid off. I don't know what Toke was thinking there. He didn't touch me. He just betrayed and like smashed O. O made no counterplay, which was like, that was why he was still on like 10 million troops. You're like, buddy, you need to counterattack. And I was waiting for that counterattack because at that moment, Toke was pushing with 13 million troops and O was defending with 10. And I only had like 11 million. So if I betray too early there, they cancel their attacks and just slam me with my betrayal debuff and I just get deleted. So I just had to wait a little bit. And then, yeah, as soon as O counter-attacked, they both lose like almost 10 million troops combined. And then I'm just free to sweep the map. So there we are. We got there in the end, and I get to full send all the nuke land and tap these two guys. Where's Toke? Here he is. Give me 100% the map for once in my life. I never get to 100% the map ever, but I never play these kinds of ridiculous endgames. There we go. Let's tap that. Oops. There we are. So you're out of there. There we go. 100%. Woo! We're the only player. Well, that was fun. 1 hour, 8 minutes. Was it fun? No, it wasn't. Don't be ridiculous. But we got there. Look, this isn't... It's not great. It's not pretty. I completely understand it. But this is how you convert those giga-late stalemated endgames. The key is to just never get to this point in the first place. It's to have very fast, fluid early and mid games and get the game finished within 20 minutes. That is OpenFront at its finest. Not everyone enjoys snowball content, but it's a damn sight better than this, in my humble opinion. Anyway, GG. Let's go next.